Hi everyone, this is Vicki, and I have had a chance to do some crafting, and I got inspired. So you know what happens when I get inspired is that I start doing something and cannot stop. So I'm going to show you some envelopes that I've been playing around with. And I did these from a lady. I saw her channel. So this is her name, and she has a YouTube channel. I'll list the channel down below. She had gotten this idea from another person, but she didn't list that channel's name. I don't know if she has a channel, but anyway, this is the first one that I came up with, and I really liked how it came out, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So these are the envelopes that I used. You use 3 of the envelopes and you attach them at the flap to each envelope. So this is the front, and there is a tab that I made. I distressed it and stamped it, so it came out kind of grungy looking, and I can put a note in the back there. Then I made a pocket there out of the Target pockets and cut it and sewed it so that I can just slip it right in there. I made that tag with this EK Success punch, so it came out pretty good. That little tag. Just using that rather than using my die cut machine. I can use that too, but I just want to try out that punch. So that's what that looks like, and this is the back. Put a button on there, sewed it by hand. This is a little clip that I put together just to put it on the top there. And so it's wrapped with twine. You can use twine, or you can use seam binding or lace or anything just to close it. And then you can see the back part of where I sewed the button, of which I've learned I can sew the button on before attaching the whole lining together. This is the lining for the envelope. I just cut that out and glued it inside, and then put paper piecing on each envelope so that it still opens at the top, but has a cover of pattern paper. And then I just embellished it. On the front side, it's one continuous piece because that is actually it's shelf liner. And so you can use, it's one roll, so you can use the whole thing in one piece rather than piecing it together, as I think Gayle did in her video. So I think it comes out more cohesive that way. And here is the second one that I created using vintage wallpaper that I had in my stash, and I did do a little bit of put the little stamps on there, and I could use a label on there a little bit later. I'll put, depending on what I'm going to do with it. And use twine from my stash, and I also use this little vintage button I had in my stash, some ribbon, or actually that's lace, and then I sewed a piece of fabric to cover up that little piece of thread when you sew that up. I decided to make this a sewing kind of envelope, and I had this paper in my stash. I don't remember the name of that one, but I just used the kind of plain pieces to go with the paper. And then I found the sewing little paper pad. It's Farmhouse, and it's by October Afternoon. It's just an old stack I've had that I never used. I have a lot of those. And I cut up those pieces, and what they are miniature button cards. And so I sewed buttons on those little cards. I cut it with my little pinking shears. Forgot her name. With a pink handle on it. Anyway, it comes out like that, and it's really cute. And you can just glue on the L corner of one, and then you can put little tucks in that. So I did that to 3 of the envelopes, and just decorated it very simply. But I like it that way. I guess I don't really like a whole lot of stuff on it, so I like that's my style, I suppose. But it came out really dainty and sweet, so I really like it. I can put little buttons in there. I can put sewing ephemera, and so that's the second one that I did. And then I wanted to make more, so here we go. This paper is a shelf lining, and it's a little slick shelf lining, but it came out good. It's contact paper in the back, so it's sticky, so it'll go on your envelope really nicely. Again, it's a roll, so I can have one continuous roll for the front side of it, and it's you can decorate it up throughout the whole thing, but I kind of like just doing the front part of the envelope and leaving the rest. I did think of doing like a rickrack, teeny tiny rickrack on the edges, but in white, but I couldn't find any, so I didn't have any in my stash. So I just did a zigzag. And I got that vintage button today at the vintage market. I was able to go run down there and see what they had. I got just a few things. But I really love that button. It's a nice statement, big button. And so I didn't learn from the last one, and I didn't tuck it in, the little knot on the top. And I did find these little button cards at the vintage market today. It's so pretty. I love those. And I got another one here. It's really pretty. Yeah. So I embellished with some lace that I had, and then made it into a pocket for that button and the card. And then I also put pattern paper. It's not really the pattern paper, it's the directions for the pattern, and it's a little thicker, so I put that on top of the inside of the envelope. And so it's still a working envelope. It's a little difficult to get in because of the sides that open up that way. And then I put my crochet flower and a little button. I did a little fussy cutting, and made the little scallop there. And then there's a flower with some lace and some my doilies I've had in my stash. So I think it came out really cute on the inside. I used the other wallpaper, not wallpaper. Oh, that one is wallpaper, I guess, the pink with a little pink flower. So that's what that one looks like. So this last one I have here, I didn't finish. I just did the cover, and it's a Italian paper. and I wanted to do some gold leafing, so I'll use some Italian like watercolor writing paper inside, and I'll use some gold leafing and lettering like an illuminated manuscript type. And so I have some ideas of how I want to do that, but I need to practice some on those, so I decided to wait on that one. But it's just so beautiful. I'm looking forward to doing that one. And then what I think I want to do is to make envelopes, each of them in my style for myself, and then put them in a tray, in a box, for different kinds of ephemera. I could put vintage postcards in one, or put different kinds of things in them, and then have them stand up, put the little clip that I have, and put that on there, and put, like, if this is a sewing one, I'll put scissors on here, and that way I know that this is a sewing ephemera in that one. And then if I have another one, I'll have a botanicals, and then I'll put another clip on there with flowers or leaves or something representing botanicals. Then for the Italian one, I can also use the gold letters or any ephemera that goes with that. And I can keep going and doing all different kinds of ephemera to put into these little envelopes. And that is my video today. And I hope you guys liked it, and let me know how you like it if you want a tutorial from me. And then I will talk to you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.